compelling detective story, a cloak and dagger action, and a romantic drama, all these stories were taken from real life. The history of Kazakhstan is inseparable from the world history. Reflections on history, our version.
Unopened treasure trove. The priest of kindness has understood the passage of time and Earth's rotation. Ak-Baur is no shamanic mountain, but a reflection of infinity. At first sight, the beauty of this reflection of infinity is astonishing. There is some wormwood, heather and rocks. Some of them look like a heap of flat cakes. The shape of others provoke thoughts that only supreme forces could leave such signs. Where do you say the heel of the Buddha is now? It's here. Look, just a moment. It looks as if a gigantic foot was imprinted in the stone. It's a bizarre way of nature or human work. Did it involve the participation of extraterrestrials? Or is it just a link of a ritual and a cult process? From this place you can see the so-called heel stone. There are two sanctuaries, two observatories and two periods, but they are in two completely different countries. They are Stonehenge and Akbaur. There is a boundless energy in this place.
It takes you back to your connection with many thousands of years of history and human beings living.
Even the places where a shaman stayed and various ritual activities were done have remained here. Chapter 1. Sacred Twins. Common sense and cynicism typical of journalists have left near the approach to the grotto, the pearl of the Akbau Neolithic temple complex. Then mystical things started occurring in this cave. Something strange happened to the devices, which had operated properly a couple of minutes before entering the place. Cameras would switch off, microphones were on the blink, and batteries that had shown a full charge were suddenly flat. What happened again? Only a coin dropped into a crevice improved the situation. Archaeologist Galina Pentenyeva smiled, saying that Akbau had accepted us. As for me, I'm more impressed by the version involving magic and ritual functions of this place. In any case, I think that Akbau is a sanctuary. It is an observatory and scientific center of antiquity. As for the functions of one of the main sites of eastern Kazakhstan, they are similar to those of one of the main sites of southwest England. Although there is a long distance between hazy Stonehenge and sunlit Akbaur, they both have a connection. Both sites play an important part in history. Both are located near the 50th line of latitude. Enigmatic Arcane, the German Gothic Circle, and other ancient sanctuaries are also located on the 50th parallel. It was known in ancient Babylon that the 50th parallel was also the best place to observe the sun. It's surely no coincidence that both constructions were built between the end of the Neolithic period and the beginning of the Bronze Age. It is beyond any doubt that it was constructed during the Bronze Age. It coincides in more spheres than the period of construction. Many petroglyphs of Akbaur are situated at the same distance of less than a metre from each other. The same can be said about the position of stone rings in Stonehenge. The British even made up a word denoting the distance. They call it a megalithic yard. Both monuments also have holes in the stones. Perhaps they were used to calculate the time of eclipses, or they could have been used as ancient protractors for measuring angles, or perhaps they were ritual instruments. Scientists haven't come to a consensus about it yet. They are so-called holes, and there were a great number of them in the Bronze Age. As for the analogies that are sometimes drawn between Akbaur and Stonehenge, Stonehenge is round and its size is very small. If we consider Sorokin Mountain, the center of the sanctuary, and look down from it, we will see a round area because there is Kazanbai on the east side and its slope covers it.
восточной стороны вот Каржанбай, склон его будет закрывать.
So it's a very special place. It looks small, but actually it's very big.
Despite the research conducted for centuries, it remains a big mystery. The most important question is which people built this ancient monument. Chapter 2. Mysterious Architects. There are a lot of assumptions about who constructed Stonehenge. According to some legends, giants living before the first flood created it. Other legends say that the famous sorcerer Merlin was its creator. According to the most popular version, representatives of the master race or their pupils built the mystical sanctuaries. However, there are also other ideas, according to which druids, including healers, astrologers and psychics, erected the megalithic or stone monument.
All made without mechanical tools.
The same could be said about Ak-Baur, as the most enlightened people were involved in its construction. They were shamans chosen by the spirit and God in heaven. These people knew about the secrets of nature and the universe. They were guides for all of the other people. Not only the related monuments and natural objects prove this theory. The word Ak-Baur, which means white liver or sacred liver, also indicates indirectly that divination was involved in it, because the liver was the first organ used in order to tell fortunes. Divination was made after observing a liver, which had been cut along. It was a secret art of Ak-Baur priests, and in general it resembles palmistry. Only the initiates could explain the meaning of all the lines and lumps. Incidentally, Druids and the Etruscans also told fortunes by observing animals' entrails. Ancient writers called them haruspices, and every respectable Roman commander had such a specialist among his people. The liver is a hematopoic organ producing blood. The slope, which we ascended, also had the typical red colour. During the rain, when everything becomes wet, it turns claret-coloured. These elements have not built a single system yet. Nevertheless, they indicate that these things did not appear here by chance. There are hundreds of elements which didn't appear by chance. It's obvious that this crack in the stone is man-made, and it looks like those which were used by Pythias. Sitting above a crevice, ancient Greek priestesses inhaled stupefying fumes and went into a trance. This specific gas rose from a crevice. When Pythia was making predictions, she sat over this crevice and started doing some actions related to predictions. There is another object which is Pythia's throne. It's also called a tripod. It's situated near the entrance into the grotto and resembles an ancient Greek one, but the local one is a few centuries older than the Pythian one. Psychics and healers still go to the mysterious throne. I suppose that the tripod is an altar. It seems that the altar was used for sacrifices. Perhaps you're right. The central megalith of Stonehenge is called the altar stone. Of course, its appearance and size are different from the Ak-Baur tripod, but their functions were no different. Perhaps some rituals were performed here, and shamans performed rites connected to journeys into different worlds. And if there was any blood, perhaps sacrificial, spread from there, it flowed here. I hope to God that it was blood from animals. Well, I don't know exactly. Perhaps it was animals' blood. There isn't a strong opinion about human sacrifices performed on the altar of Stonehenge, which means hanging stones, either. Chapter 3. Secret Signs. Looking at these walls, you could easily believe that the representatives of the ancient school of psychotechnology and healing started their long journeys into the other world here. Through the cosmic umbilical cord through which the world pillar goes, the shamans enter this center to make journeys into other worlds. According to archaeological research, shamanism has been practiced for 40,000 years. This magic institute led to the appearance of modern religions, civilization, art and science, for example, astronomy. A group of scientists headed by the academic Marsa Dolov think that the world's oldest observatory was situated here in our country. If you enter this opening, you'll see the sky, and you think that you're in an observatory. At night, you really can see a specific arrangement of stars from this opening.
Ночное время действительно можно увидеть некоторое специфическое расположение звезд из этого отверстия.
Some researchers think that writings on the grotto walls are nothing less than a sky map left by distant ancestors. Even more surprising is the fact that the constellations, which you can't see from this place even using a telescope today, are depicted on the grotto walls. It's said that because of some cataclysm, the axis might have shifted and now we cannot see these constellations anymore. Could you show any confirmations on the wall, please? Local researcher Ikonikov has a website with all of these images of Ak-Baur, which are positioned on the star map. He places the Scorpio's constellation over there. There are some other constellations too. Is it just a coincidence again, or does it have a deeper meaning? One of the British astronomers has found out that the stone ensemble of the Salisbury Plain shows the image of the sky which was above Stonehenge 400 years ago. This stone, a so-called base stone, is another mystery of Stonehenge. Presumably there were 4 such stones, but only 2 of them remain. This stone is situated at the point of sunrise on the day of the winter solstice. The creators of Akbau also did a similar research. The central part of the complex looks like an amphitheatre with 25-metre diameter. On the one side, a man-made wall divides this natural observation area. What was this fence put up for? As for the wall, there is a version that the position of the sun in certain periods of equinox and solstice was recorded here. On the hill you can see a small white quartz column. It points out to the next peak. If you continue drawing this imaginary line, it will go directly to the North Star. If you stay here and look in this direction, where in this direction? So I look between the stones. Yes, that's right. In this crevice you can see the peak of Sorokin Mountain clearly. This direction is west. It resembles Stonehenge. The direction west is indicated by each sign here. It's natural because shamans use this place for burial rites. Quartz outlets also go towards sunset. They form a white road which is called Ak-Jol or Ak-Bastau Brook. There is a brook flowing towards the west. A soul could go along the brook in the direction of sunset. The sun sets in the west. God goes down there and the deity dies. Layers of hills are located there. In general, such layers of stones were used for people's burials, especially in the Bronze Age. Studying Stonehenge, which is often called the British Dolmen, or similar constructions, scientists came to the conclusion that the stone rings were the places where religious or other rituals were performed. The rows of stones served as avenues for funeral processions.
Lots of people are buried.
Epilogue: Mysteries of Millennia. Stonehenge and Akbaur are so similar that it's beyond any doubt that they were ritual centres of their regions. However, they're also very different. The Altai monument is unique because of its writings and information encrypted in them. Nikolai Rerik wrote almost a century ago that this pearl of Altai, as well as the region itself, is an unopened treasure trove of both history and prehistory. Ak-Baur and Stonehenge. These great ancient mysteries have not revealed their secrets yet.